Hey everyone, Jonny Smail here, your motivator. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. So, I just finished the 5-day Unshakable challenge with Tony Robbins. And I got to talk about it. One, because, the best way to retain information is to review it, but the other way is to, teach it to other people, and then practical application, applying it, which is the best way to learn. So that's on me for the rest of my life to apply that knowledge. Either way, what I really want to talk about first, though, is why Tony Robbins is successful. Now, understand, I don't mean why he is successful in his life. No, I mean why he is successful in transforming the lives of other people. Because Tony Robbins is a life coach, and he honestly doesn't even like to use that term because he's a transformation coach, in my opinion. Life coach has been diluted by our society with how many people claim to be one. But honestly, nobody creates results like Tony Robbins. I mean, there's a reason why every president, since he became of voting age, has sought out his advice. Except for Biden right now, but give him time. Now, there's a huge difference between a life coach and a motivational speaker. Like, I want to be a motivational speaker. I don't have all the skills yet to be able to be a life coach. That would be a disservice onto others if I told them I'm a life coach without being able to really transform their life. Now, I could transform individuals' financial life, and I already have, but that's a different story. You need to be able to transform every area of somebody's life if you want to take that on. Now, why is he so successful? In my opinion, it's because of this word right here. Now, the Latin word that I want you to focus on is movimentum. Does that sound familiar? Because I myself talk a lot about momentum. As a matter of fact, it's a running theme in my book, The Motivator's Handbook. Now, why would that be important? So, movimentum, the Latin word, means to move. This word has been broken into our English language and separated into two different words: movement and momentum. Now, Tony Robbins focuses on getting people to create movement, actual movement in their life, because it changes your state. It changes the energy that your cells are vibrating from. And why would that be significant? Because one of the prime laws in physics in our universe is expansion or contraction, entropy or growth. Either something is dying or expanding. Why? Because it costs too much energy for anything to maintain the same rate, to stay the same size. It literally, it costs far too many calories. It burns too much energy to stay in the same state. So it either needs to, shrink. That's entropy. That's death, or expansion. That's growth. That's do I need to say any more? That's super important because one of the first things, on day one is energy. All about energy. And the reason why people don't get momentum in their life is because they do the same things over and over. And when I'm not talking about, do the same thing over and over and expect the same results, it's insane. Well, it's not insane because Edison tried over 1,000 different filaments for the light bulb. So he was doing the same thing, just tweaking it a little bit. And tweaking a little bit isn't the same thing as not doing anything. And that's the key part here, folks, is that when you start just something as simple as getting extra movements in your body that you haven't done before or in a while, that's going to bring more energy into that cell. It's going to bring more energy into that muscle. And another universal law is the law of conservation, in which the amount of one measured quantity remains unchanged no matter what. And the two most important ones on that is mass and energy, stating what that means for us and what it means for you and me being humans is that energy cannot be created or destroyed. As such, whatever state that you wish to exist in already exists inside of you. We just tend to not tap into it because either you don't have the proper skills or you don't even realize that you're falling into decay. Now, all of that there is my analysis on why energy and momentum and creating energy for you through simple bursts of activity and doing stuff that you haven't done in a while. It's just random stuff, even just moving your damn legs up and down. Like, when was the last time you sat there on your couch or whatever, and when you were watching TV, I don't watch TV, but if you were watching TV, when was the last time you just started doing leg lunges or leg pulls, which it engages your obliques, your quadriceps, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, even parts of your shoulders and lower back. I was a personal trainer for 14 years, so understand, I know what I'm talking about with this. And even though I know what I'm talking about, sometimes some of it falls away and we forget the stuff that we already know. And that's why movement in creating energy is going to increase the energy naturally inside of us. Now, the important part is that we need to be consistent in it. Most people don't. They're not consistent. And that's going to make anything that you want to do or achieve not be achieved faster or not be achieved at all. Remember, my three rules for success is focus, believe, act. Focus on the one thing that you want to achieve, believe that you in fact can achieve it, and act on it every day until it comes to pass. And now most people are like, oh, I'm doing that. No, you're not. Like, before I joined the Marines, I thought I knew what it meant to push myself 100%. What I found out is that what I perceived as 100% effort was actually only a comical 65% of my effort. And listen, I graduated top of my class. I graduated literally top of my class at boot camp. And then I did it again at School of Infantry. So if the Marines, who are looked at as the best of the Americans fighting force, if the person who literally graduated the best of the best of the best and then did it again, thought they were, didn't exactly know how much they could push themselves, how much do you think the average human being knows how to? So understand, I know what it means to create effort. And you can create so much more effort for your goals and dreams. I promise that. Now, because your dreams need massive amounts of action in your life, which is another thing that Tony goes over. Action is required, action is necessary, but the important part is changing your energy, which changes your state, what you exist in now, in whatever state you live in now. It could be great, it could be terrible. I can't identify that for you, but I do know that no matter what it is, you can always increase your state. Because one of the greatest things about humans is you will never exceed your greatest and wildest expectations of yourself. There is always a higher level to go. Literally, no matter how crazy or insane